like his Vlive was so so cute. First of all, pray for louder than bombs. Oh my god.
The song is hard, girl, or boy, or man, or woman.
I love him.
That's the new best quote.
It really is. But the thing about his live that really broke my heart is the fact that he's like talking about the Grammys as though he needs to, like, they need to work harder. They need to be
Absolutely
involved
not.
more in the album. They need to do this, they need to do that. And I'm like, that's not it at all. Like, you don't need to change the way that you're doing things. It's not about you changing things. It's about the way that the mindset of these systems that are already in place needs to change. And it broke my heart that, you know, we strive time and time and time again to do these things, and it's still, their recognition isn't fully recognized by, you know, especially the Western side. It's frustrating. And I think that's also why he was pointing out, like, not to give in to people who are hating on them or trolling them, or, you know, the antis. I'm surprised that he knew what that meant. But you know what I mean? Like, not to engage, to just, like, we live for BTS and that should be it. And I'm not saying, like, you shouldn't call out specifically like racism and xenophobia and those kind of things. Like, absolutely you should call that stuff out because it deserves to be called out. And people should know when they're crossing a line. But the people who are just saying things to say things in a space that we've created,
they don't deserve our time of day.
No, they don't deserve our time of day. So those type of people, don't call those kind of people out, because it's not warranted. You don't need to do so. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's not worth.
But also, like, cater your timeline the way you want to.
Yeah, like we've talked about before, it's, you know, I think you need to like really cater your timeline to be, you know, a safe space for you. And don't follow like solos or antis or things like that, because it's gonna destroy your space. And you want to create like a safe space online for you, right? And I think the last thing that he ended on, you know, was talking about how special we are as BTS and ARMY. And I think that's so true, because not only, you know, have we proven time and time again how special BTS is via, you know, whether it's like streaming or awards or the power that we have, you know, with 2020's Black Lives Matter and donating and all this kind of stuff. But I think, you know, Namjoon's right. Like, they underestimate us all the time. They don't really understand the connection that we have with them. And I think that works really well to our advantage. And so we should continue to play that underestimation game and be like, no, we're a force to be reckoned with.
Well, okay, I'm gonna make like a really weird but funny like comparison. Yeah. So you know that Kool-Aid Man meme? Mm-hmm. That's us.
It is.
We just barge in and we're like, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think the last thing I'm gonna say here is we should not allow these people to dictate our happiness, because if they don't understand BTS and ARMY and they don't understand our connection, that's their loss, not ours.
But also, like, why would us being fan of BTS or fan of K-pop be any different for someone being so passionate about sports, for example, or like anything else? Why does it have to be different? Why does it have to categorize us into like childish things?
Because we're the general population of BTSARMY is female. That's why.
And apparently we're all teenagers.
Again, it's that underestimation factor of,
I mean, underestimating, but also like hyper generalize. I can't say it. You understand what I mean?
Generalization.
Thank you. I can't speak today. Yeah. But it's like hyperbolizing everything about the fandom and armies, and as you said, it's at the end of the day, it's their loss.
It's not our loss. Like, we are already in it. So the thing is like, nobody really understands until you're actually a part of it. And even trying to explain to people who are outside, it's kind of difficult because there are no words that sort of encapsulate
it's
BTS
difficult to make people understand.
It is, yeah. And as much as we try, there are just some people who are never going to understand and don't want to understand. So I think wasting your time on that,
just like my mom to name one.
yeah, it's not worth your effort or your time or your mental health to, try and force people
just do what makes you happy, right?
Yeah, who cares what other people think? Who cares what anybody else thinks about what you want to do or what you follow or what you believe in? It doesn't matter at the end of the day.
I'm a firm believer that as long as it doesn't affect the people around you negatively, do whatever you want. Right?
I highly recommend, if you haven't watched his Vlive, go and do it.
It's very comforting too.
It's super comforting, but it's also like very powerful in the way that, like, he's telling us, as we've stated, to not worry about anybody else. Just focus on BTS.
We want to focus on.
Also,
boy be funny. So
yeah, he's hilarious. So it's funny, it's heartwarming, and honestly, it's very poignant. And he has a beautiful way of expressing his feelings, and I think it's just the perfect sum of what's been happening during Grammy week. And I think, that sentiment will carry for a while.
Yeah, and sadly, in the way that I see it, it's not the first time we're talking about stuff like this, and it probably won't be the last time.
No.
But we'll repeat this sentiment as much as we need to repeat it.
Yeah.
Because it's so important.
Absolutely.
I mean, at least to us, it is so very important. And we just want to be happy. We want you guys to be happy. We want armies to be happy. And we want the boys to be happy.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's what we're striving for.
Exactly. And nobody else should be able to penetrate that barrier, unless we want them to.
Yeah. And unless we let them in, there shouldn't be any reason